So, Zenless Zone Zero's 2.0 anniversary has finally been blessed upon us. And after the fiasco Honkai Star Rails patch was, and the issues with Withering Waves anniversary patch, and I guess Genshin Impact's yearly fumble, all eyes were on Zenless to not fuck up this time. And I mean, from the 2.0 livestream, it seemed like it was going to be the best anniversary out of all Hoyo games. Hell, I even put out a tweet saying it was going to be the best anniversary livestream from Hoyoverse. So now that it's here, did it really live up to those expectations?
You are dead wrong.
So, when I say it was disappointing, I'm not saying it was the worst anniversary, no, because that title still belongs to Honkai Star Rail. I just think it didn't really live up to what was shown to us. I'm not saying that they lied to us. No, that's not what they did. They gave us everything they promised. The quality of life was, as expected, good, as well as the anniversary rewards. I mean, we got to choose a free 5-star character, free 10 pull, and we got a free 5-star weapon selector, which is pretty big, considering that this is the same company who can give 3 pulls as an anniversary gift. I have heard people say that this should be the bare minimum a gacha game should give for their anniversary patches, and I agree. It actually does feel like a reward for players who spend time playing the game and supporting it, but when you look at it from that point of view, that's what this patch feels like. The bare minimum. The anniversary to me felt like a one and done type of thing. Like the closest thing we got to what felt like an anniversary was legit a fucking recap of our journey playing the game. But that's not what really caused me to make this video. See, when I logged into the game, I was expecting something that felt like unwrapping a gift on Christmas Day, and instead, I was greeted with a familiar face. Now, bear with me for a moment because I do have a theory for why that is. Zenless just had its worst month in terms of revenue, and the previous month, Honkai had its best revenue ever. I think Zenless saw this and was like, hey, can I copy your homework? And Honkai was like, yeah, we just change it up a bit. Now, of course, Zenless also cares about its western side of the fandom, given the recent 2.0 dev talk. So obviously, they knew about the fiasco Honkai's anniversary was causing on the other side of the globe. So they were like, guys, we need to somehow copy Honkai while also simultaneously appealing to both sides of the fandom. And the result was just an empty shell of what Honkai Star Rail's anniversary was, which in all fairness is much better than doing a pay-to-win event. But what also made me say this was the way the new area, specifically the exploration, presented itself. I'm not saying the new maps are shit. No, I'll cover why I think it was better later, but I couldn't help but notice a familiar feeling when exploring the areas, even down to the way some chests are collected and enemies presented itself. However, it still managed to do its own thing in these areas as well, but I just feel like both worlds are kind of colliding when exploring. This has been a thing I have been noticing with the game, especially lately, and I will get into that in another video, but I will just say this about it. The game still has its own identity, but I think the game fails a lot when it tries to copy someone else's work. But when it comes to original ideas, that's where the game truly shines. Now, I've only mentioned things that were kind of copied and shit, but how was it for the original things? I mean, we got a whole new regional area, a brand new cast to follow. I mean, surely this will be a very fun and interesting story to follow, right? Now, I'm not going to spoil a lot from the story since the anniversary just dropped a few days ago, but I'm just going to say this. This story was probably the laziest Zenless has ever been with writing and presentation. I'm not saying it was bad, but just boring for me. Even in its hypest moments, I was just staring at it like that one Homelander meme. And another thing is that this is the longest story quest in the entirety of Zenless Zone Zero's stories. Like, do we have Xiao Ji himself in the writing room for these? But if I had to leave a few positive things about what was added, I will say the new map is probably one of the best additions to the game. Besides the Honkai copy here and there, this makes side quests way more enjoyable to play. I would always let out a sigh every time an NPC was wanting me to go cave diving into TVs just to get their stuff. But for 2.0, it's just a quick in and out with the new areas. I will also say I'm really enjoying the buffs on Elle and Joe. Like, my Ellen actually feels like a unit now, and actually more usable in fights instead of me busting out Hugo or Miyabi. These two things alone weren't enough to carry the anniversary enough to change my rating on this patch. Overall though, on paper, this anniversary was going to be the best out of all of them, but on execution, it just felt very lackluster. So in my opinion, this is probably the most boring anniversary patch out of the big four, but somehow the least problematic one. So I think a fair rating for this anniversary is going to be 4.5 out of 10. Almost a 5, but you blew it, Zenless. So yeah, that's what I thought of this patch. It's a shame though, because I was really looking forward to this patch, but don't get me wrong, I'm still gonna play though, because I lost my 50-50 to Hugo's boyfriend. But anyway, regardless of that, if you enjoyed what you saw here today, maybe like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to see what other videos I have, why not watch my last video where I talked about my experience with Genshin Impact. I do plan on releasing another video on Hoyo vs next billion-dollar scam Honkai Star Rail. Also, if you have a different opinion than mine for this patch, feel free to comment down below what you thought of this patch so far. Also, if you plan to see what other games I plan to make videos on, why not follow my Twitter, or Twitch, or Kick, or any other non-terrorist associated streaming platform. I do plan on being active on those eventually, but hopefully soon. Anyway, that's all from me. I hope you have a wonderful day, night, and evening, and I'll see you next time. Peace.